So what we did is we said, what would it look like if we actually had an accountability system that started from not the point of accountability as the driver for school improvement, but we started with capacity building as the real driver for school improvement. So if we believe that teachers are far and above one of the greatest resources that can actually impact student learning, and instead of beating them down to death and saying you're failing your students, we say how do we provide capacity to identified work strands that will help us close the achievement gap, that will help us to increase student achievement, that will help us to decrease disproportionality. So it was really a very simple conversation, a very simple question that started our work together. And as a core consortium, we represent over 1.6 million students in California. So we figured, why not? Let's go for it. So the very simple question that Linda asked, what would this look like when fully realized? It's going to look like we have teachers that are well supported. Teachers that are going to be not only well compensated, but are going to have an exceptional professional development that goes to the needs of the students that they're working with every single day. You're going to have a system that is completely tuned to making sure that the students that leave the system are successful, whether they go into higher education or go into the workforce. And it's also going to mean that we have a system that is churning on all cylinders and reducing disproportionality, reducing the achievement gap, reducing the opportunity gap, so that we really do eliminate the opportunity and achievement gap. That's what nirvana will look like for us if this system is actuated. Now, there's a long road between here and nirvana, and hopefully no one dies along the road. But that's really the fundamental premise of what we're trying to do in California as part of this collaboration of school districts. But I do think also that the political environment in which we are operating our schools, let's just be real. People keep saying, we're not going to throw money at it. The answer is not money. Well, listen, this is my 25th year in education. I wish one year we would have thrown money at the issue. We've never funded education. So when you have a teacher in a classroom with 40 children, how can they meet the needs of each one of those children? So then it goes to class size. And how do you fund a system to provide the opportunity for professionals to really do their professional work? I have the title of superintendent, but I'm an English language learner. I started public school not speaking any English. I only spoke Spanish. And had I been part of the statistical analysis of what happens to most kids in my particular strand, I should be a laborer working in a roof somewhere, on a roof somewhere in Arizona installing sheet metal, because that's what my dad did. Instead, I had an opportunity to not only get a great public school education, but go to college and then have professional opportunities that unfortunately some of my cohorts that I started school with didn't. So why did it work for me and not for them? That's the eternal question, and I think that's really what drives all of us that have an interest in public policy, especially in public education, to figure out how do we make it so that it's not some get it, but all students have an opportunity to be successful.